So I'm going to wait, but I'm not going to wait past 30 minutes because I have to pick up my daughter. And this is, has taken enough time, I feel. But I do want to leave with some kind of answer or like sense of direction, because it's not like every day has to count for something. Every day, like something has to be achieved. I just feel like the system does not work just to safeguard the vulnerable, the most vulnerable, which is like children. And the word amped gives like a false sense of like help and care and concern. And this is not the case. This is not the case. The state or the people who are here, no one here or working in government emotionally attend to my child when she's crying. The fact that her father has not acknowledged her, and that even coming here was not good enough, and that he was, because I didn't tell her, the first thing he did was like blame me and say, you see, like she's the real victim here, and it's all this nonsense, right? Like zero accountability, zero, not one saying. And I think he only mentioned her like by her name once. Zero accountability, and everything just like on top of all the work I've been doing, like just dumping the blame at my feet and saying, oh, it's your fault, you did this. Yeah, I carried the baby. I should be applauded, not chastised or like spoken down to. And yet he spoke so sad. He just had this narrow perspective of just like everything being a matter of like doom and gloom, not even like wow, you did so much, and she's so pretty, and thank you so much for all the hard work. No, it's just like, this is all your fault, and see, now I have to, like, you're forcing me. Just not like a child, and a little child is screaming and yelling. And so I just feel like, and because that woman said to me, I feel really low. And because she said to me that this is not the US, you should ask him where he lives, and she looked at me like, with this vicious look, and I was just like, okay, like, one just doesn't change out of their American costume or cultural costume and just suddenly come into knowledge that in Germany it is acceptable to approach this guy. Do I go to his workplace? Do I tell him, hey, punk, you need to supply your information, you need to tell me where you live, like that could come across as like harassment too, right, to a degree. Anyway, and who's going to help someone when they know that they're facing courts and they're facing all these other things? Who's going to I don't think somebody like him who shirks responsibility and who doesn't want to get on board. I don't think someone like him is going to be like, oh yeah, let me help you to cause me to pay 619 euros a month. Let me help you to bring me into that. No, so I just don't think he's going to be of any help, and that going to his workplace is not going to really resolve anything. Also, I'm sick of, like, that's not my natural character to run anybody down, and I just feel like this is just drawing out or forcing me into like a very different state of being. Like this is not my natural state of being, like begging and pleading and like going after somebody. I've been doing it on behalf of my child, but I feel like at some point the state has got to step in, and it has to be very clear how people in my position can receive help. How can someone demand help from the father, and how the state mandates the father to take responsibility. And yes, there can be cases, of course, where people are unsure of who the father is, or they got it wrong, but the taking of a test should be immediate, mandatory. As the woman has no choice, she has to carry the baby. It is immediate, and it is in some states, some anti-abortion states, mandatory. Why is the guy getting like a free ride? Why is the guy not held to the same standard by the law? Like, what, women are held by their bodies and by the law to this immediate responsibility, and yet the men are just like sitting there able to disclaim or
not want to. I'm not saying this is every man, because some men are actually very proactive when it comes to raising their kids and taking a stance. And in fact, it's just kind of funny how with my marriage, with my ex-husband, he went on the other deep end and basically tried to take my kids from me, and effectively did. And on this other end, this guy's like completely like running away from his responsibilities.